Welcome to Adam Does Movies. It's Tuesday. We're back at it. And we have some news. The Golden Globes, they're coming soon. The nominees have been cast. The die has been cast, as they say, in the 1800s or something. I don't know. I wasn't born then. I'm born now. And we're going to be talking about all the nominees. We're going to go at it painstakingly ad nauseum. No, not really. I'll graze over them. I want to give you my thoughts on them. And maybe I've seen some of these movies this year. It often seems like whenever the Academy Awards come up or the Golden Globes, I don't know what half these films are. And there's a part of me, the conspiracy theorist, that's like, they're just using these as a way to sell more copies. But DVDs aren't really a thing anymore. So you can't really sell this stuff, I guess, on Amazon Prime or whatnot. Before I dive into it, I want to first thank everyone for joining me. And then we're going to get to some housekeeping. First things first, I'm a real ass. Drop this and let the whole world feel this. We have a new roast on the channel for Frosty the Snowman, the 1969 classic, for some reason that everybody's craving to hear what I have to say. It's out there on the channel. Check it out. It's really fun. It's about 16 minutes long. This leads into the other piece of news that I want you to really soak in. I have a Twitch account at Adam Does Movies, and after this stream, I'm going to be playing in its entirety Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and I'm going to be taking roast notes for a roast on Rudolph as well. People have been asking for it. I would have strangers come up to me with tears in their eyes and say, Adam, I love your show. Sir, can you please put out a roast for Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? And I say, yes, of course. Now leave me alone, peasant. I don't want to talk to you. And they hobble away and cry, and I kick them as they leave because I'm better than them. But yes, I'm going to be doing a roast for Rudolph. If all goes well, we'll be watching the video. I'll be pausing it quite often to take notes. Maybe you can chime in the chat with any jokes you have, and I'll steal them. I'll just take them. What else do I have? Let me bring up this thing here quick so you can just see. There we go. There's my channel on YouTube if you're watching the video. And you can see right on the homepage, I have that Frosty roast. So please give it a watch and a like. And subscribe if you've somehow stumbled upon this stream out of the ether. I would love to have you stick around. And maybe, just maybe for Christmas this year, or the holidays, whatever you celebrate, you throw a Patreon or YouTube join membership my way. There's a join button. It's so easy to find. It's right up here somewhere. Right there. There's a join. I'm hovering over it. You just hit that and you say, yes, I want to sign up for a membership and help support this one-man operation, this passion project. Just like these good-looking guys right here. See, there's members right here. They feature, they showcase some of the excellence in the community, and those swap out, those change, but it's a little tip of the hat that I don't really control, but it's there. It's there. Other things, what do I got? Boys in the Boat. Regal had one of its fantastic Monday movie secret screenings that they do. They're typically pretty garbage, but The Boys in the Boat is a new film by George Clooney. I went to it, not knowing, of course, what it was going to be. And I was very excited when that title came on because I thought the trailer was fantastic. And thankfully, the movie was great as well. I already put out a short reaction, but I will have a full movie review out probably tomorrow afternoon if everything goes okay. Other things, pool watch. This just in. The pool is almost completed. The neighbor's got his pool in. It looks great. The fence is up. And today they laid dead sod down next to my other dead grass. Really matches, really sets the stage. Looks fantastically miserable. And that's where I like to live. Right on the edge of mediocrity. So I think we're kind of over the tough stuff, the rough seas, and I can put my patio furniture in the backyard again, in the porch, the screen off porch, and just taking the day, taking the cigar smoke from the other neighbor. But that's okay. He's closer and closer every smoke to death. And at some point, I'm not going to smell anything back there, and I'm going to know. I'm going to know that Father Time caught up with him. Lastly, before we jump into this, super chats are always appreciated. You can see a little ticker at the bottom, just kind of rolls along. It says become a member here. Super chat your favorite movie of 2023. You can throw out anything though in the super chat. You can say, hey Adam, how's it going? Here's $2. Keep doing what you're doing. It's the livelihood of the channel at this point. These super chats, these live streams, they've been doing great. It means a lot when I see the support coming in. So let's get going with that all out of the way. Let's share the screen. Share this tab. What we're looking at is a list cobbled together by Empire. And we're going to scroll down to the bottom because we're going to start at kind of like the least interesting ones and work our way to the top. That's what everybody does in this world. That's what we're going to do. The first thing we have here is best performance in stand-up comedy on television. Ricky Gervais from the Armageddon tour. Trevor Noah, really? Side note, Trevor Noah, I don't think has ever been funny once that I've seen him. Probably a very likable, good guy. He's the host of The Daily Show. Talented. I don't get his humor. I don't find it funny. Chris Rock, however, absolutely hilarious. I haven't seen Selective Outrage. I've only seen Armageddon by Ricky Gervais. That was very funny. Amy Schumer, Emergency Contact. Haven't seen that. I assume she talks about her vagina a lot and sleeping with men. Sarah Silverman, very funny woman. I have not seen her stand up, Someone You Love. I haven't seen any of these except for Ricky's. Wanda Sykes is the last one on here. And most of these people have actually hosted either the Academy or the Golden Globes, whatever this shit is. I know the Oscars and the Academy Awards are the same thing, just to add a little confusion for everybody, because the Oscar kind of looks like a Golden Globe of sorts. It's a dude that's naked holding what looks like a globe. So it's all just very convoluted. Essentially, all of these are nothing more than employee of the months, employee of the years, giving each other a pat on the back. And that's okay. Sometimes people need that, especially the artsy types. We need to feel that love and that admiration. My predictions for Ricky, because I love Ricky Gervais, and so that's what I'm basing it off. Complete bias. What do we have here? Big Kahuna, shot out of a cannon for $2. Super chat this melon farmer. He put farner, but I think he meant farmer. Thank you, Big Kahuna. Let's continue. Next up, we have best performance by a male actor in a supporting role on television. I should preface this a little late, but I'm going to preface now. I will butcher names. I will butcher them to hell and back. I am sick of apologizing for it, okay? I don't expect an Asian person to pronounce anything in English well, just like I don't pronounce anything in Japanese well. If it's a long-ass name or if it's got some silent shit in there, I can go Google it. I bring this up because Studio Ghibli or Studio Ghibli is a thing that gets debated. I'm sure there's a proper way, but when I Googled it before doing my review for The Boy and the Heron, Google Translate, the first fucking thing that comes up says Studio Ghibli. I'm sorry, I botched that. It's a Studio Ghibli. And then I looked further in. It's like, well, in Japanese culture, there is no word for jib. It's actually gib, and then America translates it to jib, and it's just all very convoluted. Bottom line is, you understand what I'm saying. You understand kind of where I'm going with the pronunciation. So let's not be assholes about it. We're all just trying to live together. Okay? If I'm corrected, I will understand and respect the correction, but let's not make a meal out of it. All right, so that being said, here's best performance by a male actor in a supporting role on television. Billy Crudup, The Morning Show. Matthew McFadden, Succession. James Marsden, Jury Duty. Eben Moss Bachrach, The Bear. Bachrach, The Bear. Alan Ruck, Succession. Alexander Skarsgård, Succession. We have 3 Successions for the price of fun. I love Succession. Thought it was a fantastic show. I wasn't huge on Alexander in it. Alan Ruck's fine. He's a very, very, very heavy supporting actor. He's not in the limelight much. I'm going to go with Matthew McFadden as Tom, who would become a much bigger player in the later seasons. He's freaking terrific in this. I've not seen The Morning Show. I heard it's great. I did try to watch Jury Duty. I don't get the fuss. I didn't think it was that funny of a show. And I like James Marsden. I just don't think Marsden's that funny of a guy. You know, Cyclops, he has his place. I've seen him cameo in other comedies like 30 Rock, and he was in Arrested Development. I'm sorry, not Arrested Development. He was in Modern Family. And he was just perfectly fine in both. Okay, so mine is going to be for Matthew McFadden. If anybody wants to take notes, we can certainly readdress this at another time after the awards are done. You know what? Why don't I mark them down? We're going to go with, no, I'm not going to do that. Someone else can do that and they can shoot it to me or something. James D for $2. Thank you, James. Says, enjoy the screaming kids that come with the pool. Yeah, I know. I know, James. It's an uphill battle. Every day is an uphill battle. Every day I'm shuffling. I think LMFAO said it best. Every day I'm shuffling. Best performance by a female actor in a supporting role on television. We are very specific. Elizabeth Debicki, The Crown. Abby Elliott, The Bear. I don't even know what The Bear is. Christina Ricci, Yellow Jackets. My wife and I watched 2 episodes of Yellow Jackets, didn't find it that appealing, and we bounced. Maybe it gets great. I'm open for suggestions to go back to it, but I didn't jump. It didn't hit me. And, you know, we spent some time with it. These aren't short episodes. J. Smith Cameron, Succession. Meryl Streep, Only Murders in the Building. Hannah Waddingham, Ted Lasso. Heard Ted Lasso's hilarious until the later seasons fall apart. Listen, it's kind of a fair rule of thumb that if Streep is on the board, Streep takes the cake. I'm putting Streep as the winner because it's Streep. Who is J. Smith Cameron? I want to know who this person is. Oh, I like her. Okay, I like her. She's the boss's assist. I don't even know what her role is. She's one of the board members, often pulling some strings in the background, trying to be a good player, and she gets very far along in Succession. She is great. I love Christina Ricci, but again, Streep's on the board. Streep's got to eat. Okay, let Streep cook. Give her the win. Give her the W. Best performance by a male actor in a limited series, anthology series, or a motion picture made for television. Dear God. Matt Bomer, Fellow Travelers. Sam Claflin, Daisy Jones and the Six. John Hamm, Fargo. Woody Harrelson, White House Plumbers. David Oyelowo, Lawman, Bass Reeves. Where does the name end and the title start? Lawman, Bass Reeves. That's the title? Lawman, Bass Reeves. Okay, Stephen Yin, Beef. I know exactly one of these shows, which is Fargo. I watched the first few seasons of the Fargo TV series. It's one of those shows where every season is a new cast. I dug the first couple seasons of Fargo. It fell off for me. I think on the Chris Rock season, if that's even the right show. There's 2 shows that I get confused, Fargo and True Detective. Chris Rock might be True Detective now that I think about it. I haven't watched the John Hamm one, but it's the only show I know, so I'm going to say John Hamm. And I like John Hamm. Best performance by a female actor in a limited series, anthology series, or motion picture made for television. We have Riley Q, Daisy Jones and the Six. What Are You? Show. Brie Larson, Lessons in Chemistry. Elizabeth Olsen, Love and Death. Juno Temple, Fargo. Rachel Weisz, Dead Ringers. Ali Wong, Beef. Now I do know what Beef is now that Ali Wong's shown up. I love Rachel Weisz. Haven't seen her in a long time. Juno Temple is solid. Elizabeth Olsen's a treasure. She's not going to win anything. Brie Larson is already a Darling in the Academy Awards. She has an Academy Award already. I don't know if she has a Golden Globe Award. I don't know what Love and Death is. But based on the fact that she's already won, I don't think Ali Wong's going to win anything. I'm going off popularity of shows, too. I don't even know what Lessons in Chemistry is. I'm going to throw a Hail Mary, and I'm going to say Ali Wong for Beef. I'm just throwing it out. I don't feel good about it, but I'm throwing it out there as my pick. And I'm standing by it 100%. Best performance by a male actor in a television series, musical, or comedy. Bill Hader for Barry. Steve Martin, Only Murders in the Building. Jason Segel, Shrinking. Martin Short, Only Murders in the Building. Jason Sudeikis, Ted Lasso. Jeremy Allen White, The Bear. I'm going to throw out Ted Lasso, Jason Sudeikis. Jason's going to take this one. Love Steve Martin, love Martin Short. I never really cared for Only Murders in the Building. I tried the first season. It did not do anything for me, and it even has my little pop princess, Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez. Not doing it. Ted's going to take it. Ted Lasso. Best performance by a female actor in a television series, musical, or comedy. Rachel Brosnahan? Brosnahan? That's not Brosnan, is it? She's not related to the other guy. Who's the other? Pierce Brosnan. I don't think that's how you spell his name. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Quinta Brunson. Abbott Elementary. Oh my God. Ayo Edebiri. The Bear. Elle Fanning, The Great. Selena Gomez, Only Murders in the Building. Natasha Lyonne, Poker Face. Ma, poker face, ma, poker face, ma. I'm going Ellie Fanning. I freaking love The Great. The last season, little sketch, but I freaking love that show. You should watch The Great if you haven't. Ellie Fanning's terrific in this. I never thought much of Elle in the past. Sometimes I say Ellie, sometimes I say Elle. I think it's Elle. She really impressed me with The Great. She was great. If I could be frank with you, you can be Jim. Best performance by a male actor in a television series, drama. Brian Cox, Succession. Kieran Culkin, Succession. Gary Oldman, Slow Horses. Pedro Pascal, The Last of Us. Jeremy Strong, Succession. Dominic West, The Crown. Okay, is this for the last season of Succession? Because Brian Cox is barely in it. I'm gonna go Kieran. I think this is the winter of Culkins. You know, Macaulay just had Mac Culkin just put a star on the Hollywood Walk of whatever. He's got a star there now. This is the year of the Culkin brothers. Let's put Kieran on the map again for Succession. He may have won already in the past, but we're going to give him another nod here. All right. Take a drink of soda here. Best performance by a female actor in a television series, drama. Helen Mirren, 1923. Bella Ramsey, The Last of Us. So, Bella Ramsey. What? Okay, so Bella Ramsey was in Game of Thrones, and there's bad guys. There's a Ramsey in Game of Thrones, isn't there? I'm so thrown off right now. Ramsey, Game of Thrones. Am I losing my mind? Yeah, Ramsey Bolton. Wow, that's a funny coincidence that there's a Bella Ramsey and Ramsey Bolton. They're both in Game of Thrones. The Last of Us. Kerry Russell, The Diplomat. Sarah Snook, Succession. Imelda Staunton, The Crown. Emma Stone, The Curse. I'm gonna go with Sarah Snook. That's the main sister, right? Yeah. I'm going Sarah Snook. She was really good in Succession. Again, I haven't seen any of the. I did watch The Last of Us. Bella Ramsey was fantastic. but I'm going to go with Snook. Best television limited series, anthology series, or motion picture made for television. All the Light We Cannot See. Beef. It's What's for Dinner. Daisy Jones and the Six. Fargo. Fellow Travelers. Lessons in Chemistry. I don't know any of these shows. I don't watch a lot of these TV series. Let's go with Beef, just because it sounds so freaking raw and cool. Best television series, musical or comedy. Abbott Elementary. Barry. The Bear. Jury Duty. Only Murders in the Building. Ted Lasso. Jury Duty's not that good. Barry, I heard, kind of struggled in the last season. Only Murders in the Building was not great. Maybe the new season was solid. I don't know. I'm going to go Ted Lasso just because it seems like such a safe pick. Best television series drama. 1923. The Crown. The Diplomat. The Last of Us. The Morning Show. Succession. My pick is easy. Succession. Listen, it's typically a very good sign when other categories have multiple actors from said show. Typically, that means that movie or that show is a fan favorite and they're eyeing it for a big win. So I'm going to give the W to Succession. The Last of Us was good too, but I didn't think it was near as good as Succession. There's Brian Cox looking pissed in the photo. Best original score, motion picture. Are we finally getting into freaking movies here? All right, we have Jerskin Fendrix for Poor Things. Ludwig Göransson, Oppenheimer. Joe Hisashi, The Boy and the Heron. Mika Levy, The Zone of Interest. Daniel Pemberton, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And Robbie Robertson, Killers of the Flower Moon. All right, we're finally in movies now, guys. Probably could have started here. This is a movie channel, but you get a little extra bonus from me today. I'm going to go, God, that's crazy that Ludwig did Oppenheimer. I would have imagined it was Christopher Nolan's go-to, Hans Zimmer. I mean, I thought the Oppenheimer score was brilliant, if I could throw that word out there. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse had some really killer sound. I don't remember Killers of the Flower Moon. Oh yeah, that's right. It did have, I thought Killers of the Flower Moon had some pretty weird musical choices, to be honest. Some of it felt a little out of place. I'm going to go Ludwig for Oppenheimer. And I think Oppenheimer is going to take a lot of W's today. I think Killers of the Flower Moon is going to take a lot of wins too. Best original song, motion picture. Addicted to Romance, She Came to Me by Bruce Springsteen. Dance the Night, Barbie, music by, we got Dua Lipa. That's all I'm going to credit, Dua Lipa. There's a bunch of other people credited. I'm Just Ken by Mark Ronson and Andrew White. Peaches. Oh, God. The Super Mario movie. Jack Black on the vocals there. Road to Freedom. Rustin. Music and lyrics by Lenny Kravitz. What Was I Made For? Barbie. Music and lyrics by Billie Eilish. Duh. I'm going to go with, oh, God. There's so many like silly ones on here between I'm Just Ken, Peaches, and even Dance the Night is just a fun poppy song by Dua. I'm going Peaches. Peaches kind of was the Frozen of 2023. It took TikTok and YouTube by storm. Social media was abuzz with it. Jack Black being Jack Black, knocking it out of the park. I'm going Peaches. Peaches, 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 Peaches. Best screenplay. Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach, Barbie. Tony McNamara, Poor Things. Do I need to read the names? I mean, I can probably just say the screen, but whatever. Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer. Eric Roth, Martin Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon. Celine Song, Past Lives. I was going to say Celine Dion, but that would be weird. She's writing movies, screenplays now. Justin Trite, Arthur Harari, Anatomy of a Fall. This is a tough one. You can throw Barbie out. That's not going to be best screenplay. I'm going to go I'm going to go Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan. I'm going to go Oppenheimer. Best director of a motion picture, Bradley Cooper, Maestro. I don't even know what Maestro is. This is the one. This is that movie that comes out of nowhere. Although I guess I haven't really heard of Poor Things either. So we have Bradley Cooper, Maestro, Greta Gerwig, Barbie, Yorgos Lanthimos, Poor Things. I'm sure I completely butchered that name. Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer, Martin Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Celine Song, or as she's formerly known as Celine Dion, Past Lives. Best director, I'm going to say Christopher No. Oh, this is so tough. God, is there a super chat that can help me? No, there's nothing. No super chats. Best director, freaking A. Screenplay, I'm giving to Nolan. Best picture and best director, typically hand in hand. I'm going between Nolan and Scorsese. I'm going Nolan. I think Scorsese's had enough wins in his life. We're going Oppenheimer, best director. Oh my God, but Scorsese's like on his last, like this is his last hurrah. You know what? I'm throwing it back. I'm saying Martin Scorsese is taking best director based on age, based on experience, based on he probably doesn't have a lot of these left in the tank. I'm going Martin Scorsese for best director. Best performance by a female actor in a supporting role in any motion picture. Emily Blunt, Oppenheimer. No, Emily Blunt was not good in Oppenheimer. She was a little out of place, I felt, in Oppenheimer. Daniel Brooks, The Color Purple. Movie's not even out yet. Jodie Foster, Nayad. I don't know what that is. Julianne Moore, May, which also I don't think is even out yet. Rosamund Pike, Saltburn. I heard this movie was great. I did not see it. Davin Joy Randolph. Divine. Oh, it's Divine. Divine Joy Randolph. I got there. The Holdovers. I also heard The Holdovers was really, really good. And I didn't have an opportunity to see it. I'm bummed out. I did want to see that one. Best performance by a female actor in a supporting role. I got to give it to my girl, Jodie Foster. I love Jodie Foster. I celebrate her entire catalog that I've seen. I'm going Foster. Best performance by a male actor in a supporting role in any motion picture. Willem Dafoe, Poor Things. Robert De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon. Robert Downey Jr., Oppenheimer. Ryan Gosling, Barbie. Charles Melton, May, December. Mark Ruffalo, Poor Things. Okay. Poor Things. That's the one with no. That's the one with Emma Stone. That's the one with Emma Stone. That looked really funny. Is that even out yet? Hang on. Is this movie even out yet? Half these movies aren't even out. This is bullshit. Coming soon. Let's see. I'm looking at my Regal app right now just to see if it's out. I guess The Holdovers is still playing. I could try to dip out and see that at some point. There's The Color Purple. Not out yet. Gross. That stupid Mean Girls movie. I don't even see Poor Things on here. I don't know what's going on. This app, by the way, is garbage. Their new app update for Regal is just complete shit. Let's keep going. Let's move past it. I'm gonna go with. I liked Downey Jr. and I liked Robert De Niro and I like both Roberts. I really like both Roberts. I'm gonna give it to De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon. Best performance by a male actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Nicolas Cage, Dream Scenario. Timothy Chalamet, Wonka, also not out yet. Matt Damon, Air. Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers. Joaquin Phoenix, Beau is Afraid. Jeffrey Wright, American Fiction. Jeffrey Wright was really great in American Fiction. A lot of these movies are not. No, they're out. Joaquin was really good in Beau is Afraid. Matt Damon's always good. He's always just kind of Matt Damon. God, I don't get the Timothy Chalamet appeal at all right now. I haven't seen anything that I'm like, wow, Timothy Chalamet's great. Paul Giamatti's kind of a shoo-in for these types of awards. Um, God, do I give it to Jeffrey Wright? It doesn't seem popular enough. The Holdovers is getting a lot of buzz. I'm going Paul Giamatti. I'm going Paul Giamatti. I'm going sideways. They're sidewaysing this. Best performance by a female actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Fantasia Barrino, The Color Purple. Jennifer Lawrence, No Hard Feelings. Natalie Portman, May December. Alma Poisty, Fallen Leaves. Margot Robbie, Barbie. Emma Stone, Poor Things. I'm going Emma Stone. I haven't seen the movie, but Emma Stone is always so reliably fantastic. I just can't imagine her sucking at it. And I think that she's going to. I mean, I saw the trailer for Poor Things and I was incredibly impressed by what she was putting out. She's just really good. And that's not taken away from these others. Margot Robbie, I mean, looks like Barbie, for Christ's sakes. She was kind of born to play the role and she was perfect. Jennifer Lawrence is actually really funny. I've always thought that, and I'm so happy that she's getting a comedy. Hopefully she does more of them because she's genuinely a funny person. But yeah, it's going to Emma. Best performance by a female actor in a motion picture drama, Annette Bening. Nayad. I don't even know if I'm saying that name right. It keeps coming up. Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon. Sandra Hüller, Anatomy of a Fall. Greta Lee, Past Lives. Carey Mulligan, Maestro. And Kaylee Spaney, Priscilla. Maestro is going to be one of those bullshit movies that just pulls out a bunch of W's and no one saw it, isn't it? That's going to be this is going to be the movie of the year that everybody's like, oh, we got to watch Maestro. I'm giving it to Lily Gladstone just because this seems like the type of thing that would probably go to her, even though the actress is like sick and dying in 90% of the film. I haven't seen the other movies, and she is solid in it. I wouldn't say it's an amazing performance, but I don't think there's an amazing performance that could have really been pulled from the character. It's a very quiet, subdued character, but that might be enough. Okay, we have best performance by a male actor in a motion picture drama. Bradley Cooper, Maestro. Leonardo DiCaprio, Killers of the Flower Moon. Coleman Domingo, Rustin. Barry Keoghan, Saltburn. Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer. Andrew Scott, All of Us Strangers. I like Andrew Scott. Seen him in a while. I'm going Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer. He's gonna steal it from DiCaprio. He's gonna take it. DiCaprio already won his Revenant award. He's good. Best motion picture non-English language. Anatomy of a Fall, France. Fallen Leaves, Finland. I don't know what that is. Io Capitano, Italy. Past Lives, United States. Society of the Snow, Spain. The Zone of Interest, United Kingdom, USA. Don't know any of these movies. I saw Past Lives come up a few times and Anatomy of a Fall, which makes me think it's going to be one of those two. I'm going to go with Anatomy of a Fall because it's French. And that sounds fancy. Here we go. Cinematic and box office achievement. As we know, all movies really are based on the amount of money they make. That's really the performance of how good a movie is. I've been told online that if a movie makes a lot of money, that means it's a great film. That's really all that matters. Barbie, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. John Wick Chapter 4. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Oppenheimer, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. The Super Mario Brothers movie. Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour. Okay, first off, Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour should not even be in this. It should be disqualified, and that's from someone that celebrates Taylor Swift. It's not marketed as a movie. It was marketed as a concert experience. I paid $22 a ticket to go to that movie, like I'm paying to go to a concert experience, so it shouldn't get the credit as a cinematic movie bullshit achievement. It's a concert. No, you're disqualified. Get out of there, Taylor. Cinematic and box office achievement. What does this even mean? Is this the movie that made the most money? Because that's easy to look up. Or is this the best movie that also made the most money? This is such a weird category. Popularity contest? I don't like, I guess Barbie is going to be the winner on this one. I think it's, I don't know if this is a vote thing, like a popularity contest, or if it's like legitimately what was the best movie. If it's what's the best movie, it's Oppenheimer. If it's a popularity thing, it's Barbie. Best motion picture animated. I'm going to say Barbie, by the way, for that one, because I think it's a popularity contest. Uh, oh, wait. Sniped from the Crow's Nest. We have Tanner C for $5. Thank you, Tanner. Adam, have you ever seen the recent Planet of the Apes trilogy? If so, are you excited for the fourth one? I love those movies and can't wait for number 4. Tanner, I appreciate the super chat and your baby Bowser / Bowser Jr. icon. I am a little disheartened that you didn't watch my last live stream when I talked about the Planet of the Apes a little bit, because that new film is coming out. And I'm pretty sure I shared my thoughts on that past trilogy, the new version, and I love it. I love the first two specifically. I am very let down by War of the Planet of the Apes because there's no said war. It's misdirection. And people will say, no, the war is going on psychologically. Well, we already had the war go on psychologically in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. We don't need that again. It was kind of it felt like a retread. That being said, the trilogy as a whole is still very, very well done. I feel like these are sleeper hits all the time. They do very well. And then people just kind of move on. And now they're making more, and I'm excited. So yes, Tanner, I'm very excited for this new installment. And potentially another new trilogy. Thank you for the super chat. Okay, let's keep going. Best motion picture animated. And I should state, guys, we are going to be winding down here soon. So if you have a super chat, if you have a movie question, if you have a personal question, really anything at all, fire it in now, and I will go over them at the end of this list. Get them in now. We're pretty low. Get them in, and I'm going to go through these last few. I'll read what's there, and then I'm going on to Twitch at twitch.tv/AdamDoesMovies, and we're going to do the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie roast. I'm going to be prepping notes. We'll be watching the movie together, and we're going to have a good time. And you can chime in with any jokes that you want to add. Maybe I'll add them. Maybe I won't. We'll see how it goes. Okay. And while you're over there at Adam Does Movies, while you're over there at twitch.tv/AdamDoesMovies, make sure to not only follow, but also subscribe. Subscriptions are free, and I actually get paid for those. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you have one free subscription every single month. So you just hit subscribe. You just hit subscribe every month, or you renew it or auto renew it or whatever you have to do so that Jeff Bezos doesn't take that money and put it into a new yacht. Adam can take those few bucks, put it in my pocket, save it for later. And I would appreciate it. All right, best motion picture animated. The Boy and the Heron, get that shit out of here. I took my son Connor to that film. We were super jazzed for the new Studio Ghibli film, and we were very, very let down. People left the movie halfway through. People were sleeping. I almost fell asleep. So disappointed with this one. Elemental. You know, it got a lot of crap early on, but it made its money back, and it was a fine little film. I actually enjoyed it. I watched it twice, saw it with my family a second time at home. They all really liked it. My wife cried. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. This one's overrated for me. I do like it. My kids liked it, but it was long. It didn't have a satisfying conclusion. I know it's a part 1 of 2, but still, I haven't watched it again since. And I've seen Into the Spider-Verse probably 5 or 6 times. I have not felt the need to go back to this one. So I do think it is a bit overrated and a bit of a letdown. The Super Mario Brothers movie, easy, breezy, beautiful Mario cover girl. It's a simple hour and a half. You know what you're getting with Illumination. It's fast food. It's slapstick. It's silly. It's Super Mario, and I'm for it. Suzume. I don't know what this one is. Never heard of it. Wish. Disney's Wish. This movie sucked ass. Not a chance in hell that's winning. I think we're going to see Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse take the W here. It's going to be between that and the artsy-fartsy Boy and the Heron. It's one of those two. Honestly, they'll probably give it to The Boy and the Heron, but I'm rooting, I guess, between these two for Across the Spider-Verse. It's probably going to be The Boy and the Heron. I'm going back and forth. Okay, I'm going to stick with Spider-Man. Best motion picture, musical, or comedy. Air, American Fiction, Barbie, The Holdovers, May, December, Poor Things. I've seen half of these films. Two of them I don't think are even out yet. I'm going to say, man, I really liked Air. I thought Air was great. I didn't realize that came out this year. Best motion picture, musical, or comedy? I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna say Poor Things. I'm gonna say Poor Things. I haven't seen it, just because I know what Emma Stone brings to the table, and it seems quirky enough for an Academy Award. Best motion picture drama. Here we are. This is the big one, folks. This is the last one. Last chance to get those super chats in. I'm bailing. Best motion picture drama. Anatomy of a Fall. I still haven't heard of this film. Since we started this list and to now, I still haven't heard of this film. Killers of the Flower Moon. Maestro. Oppenheimer. Past Lives. The Zone of Interest. I'm going with Killers of the Flower Moon over Oppenheimer. I am saying there's going to be a Killer of the Flower Moon sweep at the freaking Golden Globes. Oppenheimer going to get destroyed by Killers of the Flower Moon. I don't think it's right. If it was up to me, Oppenheimer takes this category. Although I really did enjoy Killers of the Flower Moon. It's a wonderful film. It's a sad, haunting, disturbing, awful film all the same, but it's also wonderfully done. It's a celebration of everything Martin Scorsese has brought to the table over the years. Plus, you got DiCaprio killing it. De Niro's great. It's a really good film, but I think Oppenheimer just edges it out. That being said, Killers is going to take the win. Killers is going to be the big winner of the Golden Globes, 81st Golden Globes. I've said my piece. Now let's see what we have for super chats. We have one from Big Kahuna for $2. Please say hi to my daughter, Allie, who's watching. Hi, Allie. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Thank you, Big Kahuna. Jan Rose, Shot Out of a Cannon with $5. Dark Phoenix, Jupiter Ascending, or Catwoman for this month's roast. That I saw I have the mithril level still. Can't wait for my Star Wars roast. Jan, I haven't forgot about you. After we get past Rudolph tonight, next week, Christmas comes early. Star Wars is on the docket. Matrix is on the docket. I actually told work, I went to work with tears forming in my eyes. I said, sir, ma'am, I need to take some time off. I have to get my roast done for Patreon Mithril members. Jan has been waiting patiently, and I haven't been delivering. What am I doing here? What am I even doing anymore with my life? So yes, I have taken off a lot of work because I have a lot of days accrued because I'm working all the time. I'm juggling work. I'm juggling this, 2 jobs for the price of 1. And so I'm on it. We're going to get that Star Wars roast to you. Jan has requested, what did you request? Star Wars The Last Jedi. A 2.5-hour tour day shit that I have to sit through again and write copious notes. And then The Matrix Resurrections will be the final of the year. Time is of the essence. Thank you, Jan. Oh, and to answer your question, Dark Phoenix, Jupiter Ascending, or Catwoman for the new year. Catwoman would be a ton of fun. I think that might be I would personally like to get Catwoman in the mix with Halle Berry. That would be a very fun time. That's mine. But I could throw out a poll after I get done with these other 2. So Jan, please remind me in a week or so. Hey, Adam, get that poll out there for people. Thank you. Scott Edwards, $4.99 from the Top Rope. Do you think Carol or Sam should lead the new Avengers? Who all do you think should be on the new team? I haven't put any stock at all about it, but Carol Danvers, I believe is who you're referring to, aka Captain Marvel, or Sam, I don't know his last name, Witwicky from Transformers, Sam, aka the new Captain America, aka Falcon, who he used to be. Who should lead the new Avengers? I think it's probably Sam because he took the shield and he had his TV show, and the new Marvels movie kind of bombed at the box office. So Carol Danvers might be playing a more supportive role in future films, unless Brie ducks out altogether or they just try to like kind of sunset the character. I really don't know what's going to happen at all with the new Avengers. I wouldn't be surprised if the new Avengers doesn't really happen the way that they wanted it to, and they do start bringing back some of these older characters to take the helm. I would not be surprised if Star-Lord is the new leader of the Avengers. I wouldn't be surprised if Ant-Man's the new leader of the Avengers. I wouldn't be surprised if Thor is, because we know those guys are all signed off to come back. Shang-Chi is in the mix as well. I'm honestly thinking Star-Lord might be taking over, but who knows? Who knows? Between those two, though, I think it goes to Sam. And I'm not thrilled with either of those picks, to be honest with you. Neither of them really has the leadership roles I look for in an Avengers team lead. Okay, let's go. It's Scott Edwards for $1.99. Again, thank you, Scott. Do you like the Mandoverse shows? No. I really liked the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian. Loved them, in fact. I was a big fan. And then season 3, I hate watched. And you can actually find all of The Mandalorian season 3 episodes on the channel. There might be a playlist. If there's not, I really should make one. Those are funny ass episodes. Those were essentially roast episodes before I started doing the movie roasts. So if you want to watch someone bitch for 15, 20 minutes on each episode of The Mandalorian season 3, you can find them on my channel. I hated all the story decisions they made. I hate that Mandalorian kind of was thrown as a background character. And the Book of Boba Fett was really the beginning and the end for all of the Mandoverse, in my opinion. I thought the Book of Boba Fett sucked. I thought it was embarrassing. It had 1 or 2 decent episodes. And I've complained about this ad nauseum, but the fact that they concluded major character arcs from The Mandalorian inside of the Book of Boba Fett is asinine. It's absolute insanity to conclude one show inside of another, making it mandatory for people to watch both. It's hard enough for people to keep up with one show, let alone 2. I guess the other one is technically in the same universe, right? The Rogue One spinoff show. I can't remember what it's called. People said it's really good. I watched 3 or 4 episodes. Episode 3, I think, was super good. And then I just kind of lost interest and forgot or got busy. Honestly, I don't watch a lot of TV anymore. My main focus on the channel is movies, since this is Adam Does Movies. So I really am not planning on talking about shows anymore, outside of one that a Patreon requested like 1,000 years ago that I have to finish watching and then talk about. And it is a good show. It's just I don't have a lot of time for shows these days. So there's a very long answer to your very short question. Thank you, Scott. The Juan for $2. I just got here. Can you recap everything? The good news is this can be replayed once the live is done. You can actually watch it later. Juan, you know this. You know this. It's funny. The recap quickly is that I think Oppenheimer is going to kind of get the shaft at the Golden Globes, and I think The Killers of the Flower Moon is going to be the big winner. That's my 2 cents of nothing, because I'm almost always wrong on predictions. I don't claim to be an expert at anything movie related. I'm just a fan, and I like discussing it with you guys. Okay, I think I'm going to shut it down. This will also be available up on the podcast in audio/video form if it delivers it. Podcasts on Spotify actually have video as well as audio, so you can see it there as well. It's also on Apple podcasting services and other streaming services. It's all over the place. It's going to be all over the place. Now, I'm going to duck out. I'm going to start a brand new stream on twitch.tv/AdamDoesMovies. We're going to go over Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's going to be a shit show, and I'm going to take copious notes for the movie roast on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, much like I did with Frosty the Snowman. But this time, you guys are included in the fun. So join me over there. Be prepared for the stream to start in about 15 or so minutes while I get everything set up. And yeah, hopefully I see you there. Okay, thanks for watching. This is always fun. Take care, and I'll see you soon.